We've just completed a repair job for our customer Judy Clemens, and now we're ready to bill. However, we do recall that she gave us a check for $300 as a down payment on the job, so we have to make sure we apply that down payment to this job. So let's look at how we do this. We go into Accounts, Manage Customer Accounts, and we're going to access her account, and here she is in the list. We're going to scroll down until we see Payments. In the Payments module, we can see that the deposit is here on hold. Now we want to bill this job. It's job 212, service request 212. However, we want this $300 to be reflected on the statement that is created when we bill. So in order for that to happen, we must first release this deposit off hold and then bill this job, which will then pick up this $300 on the statement. So let's look at how we release the deposit off hold. So to do that, we click on the green Add button, and in the I Am field, we're going to click the drop down tab and select Releasing a Customer Deposit. You'll notice that the page changes and it brings up the deposit out there for this customer. So I simply click the checkbox, and now I can click the Submit button. And now I go back to the customer profile and scroll down to Payments. This time you'll notice that the payment has changed. It's no longer a deposit on hold. It is a real payment, and you can see the amount paid was $300 and the amount available is $300. When we first looked at the deposit, there was zero available because the deposit was on hold. So now that this payment is available, we can go ahead and bill job 212, service request 212. So to do that, we simply click the Bill Now button, and it brings up the billing page. We don't want to include a service charge because that's a monthly fee. So then all we have to do is put in the date that we want to cover. So put in December 1st. And now we click the service request, because that's what we want to bill for, is the service request. And we click the drop down tab and select job 212. And then we click the Submit button, and it will create the invoice. And here is the invoice with all the charges that were out there for job 212. If we scroll down and look at the statement, we can see that the $300 has been applied, and so the balance of the statement is $46.45. Now let's go back to the customer profile and take a look and see what it looks like. So we go back to the customer profile, and we're going to scroll down to the payments area. Now looking at the payment, you'll notice that the full amount is $300 that was entered, available $300. Now why is that? We just created an invoice. Here's the invoice for $346. The statement showed that $300 was applied to the invoice. Then why is this amount still showing $300 available? Well, that's because this payment is just sitting there at the moment, not doing anything. It hasn't yet been applied to this invoice. That will occur tonight. At night, the system takes a look at each one of these payments that are just sitting there, and it will apply them to any unpaid invoice that's out there at the moment, which is this one. So we know that tonight the system will take this $300, apply it to this invoice, and the invoice balance will then change to $46.45 once the $300 has been taken off. So there's nothing more that I need to do at this point but simply wait until the system applies the payment to the invoice. But that's how you release a deposit and allow the system to apply it to an available invoice.